Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life. Hello.
Too many buttons. Not enough action. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here, Secretary of Sports, and a pleasure just to have you live and in charge for some of the best action out there. Chop Shop Racing Series gets back underway today with the My Three Sons Cup Series. I tell you what, Cup Series action at Richmond is going to be a ton of fun. Joined in the broadcast booth by Joseph Grijalva, the Grijalva man. Pick a button, taking names. Tell me about your day, man. How are you doing? Joe, can you hear me? He's there somewhere. Something's happening. I don't know what's happening. I do know what's happening. iRacing looks better. It is the end all to be all for that. Let's take a gander real quick while we wait for Joe. Here's your race information for Richmond. 3/4 mile length track is going to have 200 laps, 100% fuel, 4 sets of tires total, which means you usually have 3 in the pits. Track temperature's at a balmy 115 degrees. Humidity is at 59%. Cloudy skies giving you all of that soaked in heat. 4-mile-an-hour wind. Not really playing a big factor here. It's a small track. Short track racing is always a ton of fun. Chop Shop Racing giving you the my3-sons.com killer experience. Of course, My Three Sons Antique and Vintage Cup Series is out of Tacoma, Washington. A ton of fun. There's links in the description. So make sure you check all of that out. Make sure that you also get out there and tell Sherry that we say hello. But of course, if you are looking to find them, well, besides visiting their website, you need to go visit 818 North Woodworth Avenue in Tacoma, Washington. You can give them a call, 253-377-3881. They are located inside the mall up there, so the antique mall up there, so make sure you go check her out. sherylculver at my3-sons.com. For checking out any more information if you want to reach by email. Getting some of those vintage things going on. Race day information still looks at a stage completion of lap 50, lap 100. And of course, they run it to the end, 3, 5, and the 10, serving EOLs today for past things happening. You know, these things do happen. all the good things. Mark giving us a share out there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody being out there. My three sons saying hello out there in chat. Hopefully you're all enjoying that as well. I think Grahalva might be having a small little issue going on. We'll just wait for him to jump back in when he can. He joins me on these fine Friday evenings. Tomorrow we're going to have some fun too. Remember Chop Shop Xfinity Series on Saturday afternoons at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then we have some dirt racing with the Dirt Assassin Series tomorrow night. Sunday, no racing during the day because, well, it's Daytona. That's what it is. Bama giving us a big old hello from the outskirts of the Bama. Mr. Dudley, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you out there. Good to see everybody out there. Much love to you. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic evening. Let us see. News on the Signature Esports front here. Starting Monday, we're going to spend some time getting ourselves Dudley. Thank you for the like, Mr. Robert. How are you doing, sir? Starting Monday during the day. We're starting to pick up business as far as our season, off season things of those things happening. In the Signature Esports era, of course, Signature Media and Signature Photography and Printing are the businesses that I have in real life. And so just bear that in mind. We're making some changes to my schedule to allow for some daytime streaming. And that daytime streaming is going to be the development of a video game. So I'm going to be using Unreal Engine. I've been doing this. I've been working on this game for a long time, except for with the release of Unreal Engine 5, things have kind of changed. So since they've started to change, what I've done is I've kind of got the idea to start from scratch, do it with the community, make it community based, and allow you folks to see what you would be getting when it comes to the final product. Now, it's going to take some time, it's going to take some effort, but it's going to be all about getting everybody together and just seeing what my thought process is and what I want to do. The game won't be for everybody, but hopefully it'll be for you guys. However, join me in the experience, because the experience as a community is probably the biggest thing that I want to be able to do. The workflow is tough. It kind of might be a little boring, but it's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to be doing that live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Signature Esports. We do broadcast live on all three platforms for the iRacing streams, and I just wanted to do something personal, something that was going to mean a lot to me, and do a lot to get myself in the right frame of mind. So yeah, it's gonna be a ton of fun. Points. Let's go over to the points. That's a big thing. Nathan Lewell leads in the points on the drivers who have won races, securing their spots into the playoffs. Nathan Lewell with 2 wins, Nick Casey with a win, Cam Dario with a win, Nathan Biggert got a win last week, so 5 races down. This is the 6th race of the season, and they are starting to work on finding that extra groove. Of course, you see the season winnings on the side. They do pay. I talk about winning strikers money. Well, this is how you do it. You go out there and win races, or you finish the stages. You give yourself an extra opportunity. Drivers outside of the top 16 receiving some payouts. Mike Peters, Brandon Porter getting some extra, getting some extra cash there. Robert Dudley leads in points outside of the top 4 drivers who have gotten wins. Striker's second of those points, so 6th place so far. Robert's doing a phenomenal job, as is Mark Odell. Top 10 for Maj Zaleski out there. Caleb and Redkin giving us some love. John Hammond, Ed Perry, 11th and 12th in the points. You see Caffrey, Tenold, and Jason Day, Jerry Culver. All these drivers still trying to make some things happen. Jerry Culver having better days. Of course, did not get the win at the Super Speedway, but could be a threat here no matter what you look at. Zach Dillon giving us a like out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Saying let's go. So bummed, was supposed to go to the Oceans stores for Antique Convention Show last night. Got so sick. One of those you wouldn't wish on your worst day. Oof. I know how that is. I was sick last week. and it was not fun. Still kind of getting, you can hear it probably in my voice still. I'm still getting over it, but it's a ton of fun. Joe, you got me now.
I got you.
All right. Tell everybody how your week's been.
It's been a good week. We were off yesterday for the 4-day. The Army loves its holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Got all our stuff completed, all our tasks and good things. So we got off early. We're off till Tuesday. The week itself has been pretty good.
We're going to be doing some. Have you been doing some super speedway racing this week with the Daytona being on the circuit?
No, I'm done with plate tracks and officials. I don't touch them at all. So I don't NAS whatever. I don't do it. I just don't like it. I don't have fun. And that's your one of your mottos is you got to have fun, right? I just don't have fun. It's a personal thing. Leagues are different. I like doing them with leagues. Sometimes I still get frustrated, but it's a lot better than officials, I think.
I've ran the truck races a couple of times, and I ran an open, and I ran the Open Cup. That was fun. I had a good time there. Still, I got wrecked, but I still had fun. It was a good race. The trucks are where it's at for me, though. I did an open truck, and a fixed truck, and that's the extent. I'm not going to do any more, right? Because you kind of press your luck when those things kind of happen to go.
Yeah, it's a lot of luck. You don't know who you're racing with. There's just a bunch of random people. You're one of the random people. So you gotta hopefully you avoid the messes and all that, and people going 3 wide. It's inevitable. My luck is horrible, so I just don't do it.
I've been noticing that most of the wrecks are coming from the front, more so than in the middle of the pack or the rear of the pack. That's one thing that's different this time around that I've seen. Oh, yeah, I had to sneeze. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Those are probably the worst ones when they're in the front and they shoot up into the outside wall. Mm-hmm. Everybody's probably going to be in that.
Well, we're not running super speedways right now. We are going to be running Richmond Raceway. My Three Sons Antique and Vintage, giving you a good look. You know what? We're going to just change that because I don't like that. Even though I do like that, we're gonna do that because I don't want to cropping over. So hopefully that looks better. Nathan Lewis is going to be your pole sitter today. He's been fast and furious, and so our French man who is talking about it last week did not want to give anybody a bump for a win. Finished the second last week to Nathan Biggert. He's back. He likes that pole position. Jason Day, the outside pole position. Nathan Biggert is going to be there in third with Stryker to his outside in row 2. Cam Dario, Ed Perry, row 3. Michael Caffrey's going to have the Jefferson City native Mark Redkin in row number 4. Jeremiah Burke back in action is going to have Robert Dudley to his outside in row 5. Modulewski's going to have Robert Church to his outside in row number 6.
Behind them in row 7, we got Sam Benson in the number 6. He's a great driver, very fast. Isaac Balsamo to his side next to him. Jonathan Parsons and Nicholas Casey will fill out the row behind them. Brian Rayburn and Chris Roberge. I'm looking to see how Chris does. He always ends up in the front. We'll see how he does tonight. Sherylculver and Donnell Williams fill out the second to last row, and Stefan Salas will round out the field in the 21st spot.
Some drivers are choosing not to qualify today. Or not just qualify, they want to start in the back. Sam Benson, Donnell Williams, Stefan Salas, those drivers are going to be doing it. Now, the 10, the 5, and the 3 would have to serve EOLs today, but they're not in the race. 48 of Nathan O'Loole got his hands cut out for him because we do have some short track racers in the race today, and some of them ready to keep some pace.
Yes, you mentioned those starters those guys in the back not qualifying. 16th through 21st that didn't elected not to. Maybe a strategy, just trying to get out of the mess. Richmond's going to be a fast-paced track, elbows wide. Restarts will be very intense, I think. Maybe we'll see 3 wide at times, but it's going to get crazy.
Well, folks, if you like what you're seeing out there, make sure you hit that like, that follow, that subscribe button. Let me know You like it, and tell me if iRacing looks better, because my goodness, on my end, on my on my 144 hertz 1440p monitor in front of me, it looks amazing.
You know what? This is the first time I've seen iRacing in about 3 days, Jason. The last race we did, something like that. I think the ORL. But it does look. I don't know. Maybe a minor update. It looks really good now.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's me. I asked the other drivers if it was the same case, and they said it was. Pace car's in though, and for 200 laps, we're going green flag racing.
Good jump there for front row side by side, filling out single file behind him. Alul will take the good arc, and Day will fall in right behind him. Should maybe see him go single file pretty quick coming off 2.
2 drivers outside of the U.S. and 1 and 2 right now. Nathan Alul, Jason Day. Jason Day from Canada here is one of those Canadians that you love to see. Another Canadian back here, already up 4 spots. Chris Roberts to 14th. Michael Caffrey from outside the U.S., they're 3 wide behind him. Got to settle back in. There's the 76 and Mark Redkin's going to have the 73. Jeremiah Burke to the inside. Burke a little free off the corner exit. Michael Caffrey from Perth, Australia. Has his brother run with him occasionally out here. Caffrey, no stranger to wins in the Chop Chop Racing Series. We've seen Michael Caffrey win at road courses, and he's won at a couple of racetracks out there outside of that. Grahal giving us a like. Brandon Porter giving us a like out there. Thank you so much. Fast lap for Nathan Alul, 22.91.
Got a spin in the back.
It is. Caution. Looks like Balsamo. Oh, I talked about Balsamo. He did have to. He was in the race. He did have to serve that EOL, so he's there at the tail end of that. Isaac Balsamo going around, and he was the car that I noticed was the one that just looked better, and it was awesome. All right, caution comes out. Dark Horizon Fishing giving you all these cautions. Love my 20-second advert for those fine folks that choose to sponsor. Yeah, just a little bit of a loop. They got out of it. 4 was right there. Jonathan Parsons couldn't do anything about it. Here's a look from Parsons' point of view. We'll back up just a little bit. It's like the 10 entered deep. I'm watching from Parsons' point of view. Let's go inside the cockpit here. 5th gear. Downshifts to 4th. The 10 enters deep. A little tight in the corner. Gets himself a little free. Oof. The 10 goes around right there. Oof.
Yeah, it looks like he dove it in there real deep, and the car starts pushing. You're cranking the wheel real hard, and when it slows down enough, it gets real loose. He almost had it saved, but like you said, the 4 nowhere to go, and there you go. But no harm, no foul, no damage to anybody. Looks pretty good.
I think I'm recognizing one of these logos on the side of this car. I'm trying to look without having to make too many adjustments here. I think that's the Wheels America Cup Series logo on the side of that car. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, let's go back to live. I'm still on the replay. Let's look at Jonathan Parsons' nose here real quick. I think that's going to be the big tell. These cars can push. You can drive them like modifieds. They can take a beating, but if he starts to overheat, that's going to be one of those interesting positions on what he actually needs to do later on.
Well, they're running a good race there. They're pretty much single file. He was getting a good rhythm going, and that's a big thing here at these short tracks. You turn laps so fast. You got to get consistency, a good rhythm going. Sometimes when you break that rhythm, it might be hard to get back into it. I know it is for me. I'm not a fan of yellows, but we'll see what these drivers do.
Cautions breed cautions. It's the common form, the common denominator for most of the folks out there that watch racing. And NASCAR says it all the time. We say it all the time. It's interesting to see. One of my logos not showing up here, folks. So I'm going to have to Figured that one out. All right, we're going to go. Green flag racing once again.
Good jump for the 48, controlling the restart. Gets the best entry there with Day behind him, arcing into 1. It's a bit of a shuffle behind 5th place, though.
48-51-19. Nathan Biggert right where he started. Jeremiah Burke up 2. He's trying to make some things aggressively early. RFK on the side of that one. Roush, Fenway, Keselowski being represented here by an iRacer. Like to see it. I don't know I don't know if he drives for him in real life, but you know, it'd be kind of cool. 33 of Ed Perry drops in for the Jaws Towing Chevy Camaro. And so Nicholas Casey up 7 behind him. Casey up near the wall. You see just how much of a gap he tries to leave before he gets into the corner entry. Tough to pass, becomes single file racing. Jason Day, fastest lap of the race so far, 10 laps in, 22.89. He sees the 22.91, raises him 2.
Starting to see a lot of single file, as you mentioned here, drivers being very patient, but I'm also noticing drivers getting loose off corners exit in 2 and 4. But that right rear is going to be a big factor here if we get a long green flag run.
49 side by side with the 33. Exit at 2 is very flat. They're still banking out of the exit of 4. 33 drops down to the below. I tell you what, Nick Casey, who's a threat to win every week, gets himself into the mix here. These tires have come up to pressure. 115 degrees on the track temperature becomes very much a strategy play here.
It's like a good battle here for 5th still. Cam hanging on the outside of Caffrey. You mentioned Caffrey being one of the top runners. He finds his way up to the front every week, and he completes the pass on the 11 there.
Kim Nerio in the mix. We're in the Bass Pro Shop. Ooh, a little wiggle out of the 23. Just maybe trying to settle the car in. Cam to the bottom side. Caffrey up 1 in front of him. Or up 2 in front of him. Cam Dario off 1, trying to get a spot back here.
Looks like the inside line's the way to go here. You might get stuck outside and get freight trained. Caffrey's starting to fall back on the outside now. Casey to his inside.
So something to look at. Can Caffrey drop into in line here? He's going to have the run to be able to do so. McCaffrey back to 7th where he started. Nick Casey up 10 spots now. He's your biggest mover of the race. Roberge trying to get himself a little bit of rhythm here. He works into the corner, doing a phenomenal job of trying to find his next opponent. Right now, it's the 53 of Caleb Modzelewski. Redkin, who was up a few spots, finds himself back 3. Now trying to dig. Ed Perry off 4. Nathan O'Loule stretches out to a 0.2 of a second lead. And the 51 is still in tow.
That top 4 there, they've got a good gap between the 5th spot, but Casey able to clear Cam and Caffrey in the 11 and the 77. He's chasing them down now with the 11 in tow. We're good battle about single file here. A good battle between the 40, Dudley and the 49.
73-49, 73 pinches the 49 down. Onto the back straightaway, side by side. 49 is going to have the advantage on the inside. A little wall tap for the 76 behind him. 49 to the bottom side. 73 away up the racetrack. 49 tight in the corner. 73 is going to have the runoff here. 49 clear on the high side. Needs to roll up and roll down into the corner. I talk about these tracks and how you should drive into the corners. A high entrance and a low exit for most of the short tracks that we see. If you can roll into the corner just a little bit higher down and get yourself down to the bottom line, you're going to be, and you can be methodical about it. You don't have to be fast into the corner. You just have to be consistent. A fast exit is much better than a fast entrance.
Absolutely. It's all about making the corner. Oh, we got some loose. Looks like Ed Perry a little loose off the corner. He's able to save it. Good job by the 33.
He said he was not Anheuser-ing it up. 48, 51, 19, 88, and the 86. The 86 of Nick Casey up 11 spots. And has the Interstate Battery Toyota Camry on lock.
He's all but caught that top 4, but I got to believe Nathan Alul's just controlling the group, just biding his time, being patient. I've been watching him for a lap or two, and he's real, like you mentioned, methodical on the bottom inside corner, very smooth.
Strength of field here for tonight's race is well within that 2K mark, so it'll be a second to a top split kind of race for most drivers. We are looking at Nathan Alul, 30.74 on the I rating, 39.06 for Jason Day, who is right behind him. 22.21 for Nathan Biggert, Stryker at a 3200 series as well. Nick Casey tops the field today, 43.69, working his way to that 5K mark. Real fast, real furious, and a whole lot of fun.
The top 4 shaking up now. We see Michael Strickland going on the inside of Biggert there.
Tony Martin giving us a like. Thank you very much. Nathan, we're on the 19. I think those numbers are blacked out for me here.
He's got black colored numbers there. It took a minute to figure out who that was. They're having a good battle there in third, though. Striker's pushing real hard, trying to take it from the 19.
88, 19. Still battling it out. The longer the 88 stays on the inside here, though, the more the 19 can defend. He's able to clear out of 4:25 halfway through stage 1. Randy Henshaw giving us a like. Tony Martin giving us a like. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Appreciate you. How are you doing? Good to see you all out there. Much love. Make sure you throw your comments, your chats, and all that stuff in the comment boxes down there. Of course, always keep it plain, keep it simple, keep it safe. That's the one thing. Only off one position is Nathan Biggert, but he is not done yet. Casey in tow, top 5. Throw a blanket over him. At less than 3/4 of a second separates these, and we're talking about car lengths as Cam Dario in the 23 works himself up into the mix. Michael Caffrey, who's taking it safe, playing it safe. His lap times very consistent with the top 3. He is running exactly the same lap times as Michael Strickland, who's a 23.57. Alul is a couple of 100ths of a second slower on the course of this race line. Ed Perry down to the bottom side here. Looks like he got a little free, a little right side damage as he works his race line, 27 of 200.
A bit of single file for the most part throughout the racetrack. Just a caveat on your point earlier about the corner entry. It's all coming in high, low exit. It's all about making the corner as straight as possible. You don't have to dig it in or dump it in real hard. Be very smooth, don't slide the tires, and you get a good driveline exit out and make the corner as straight as you can to get that speed.
So most of what you see out of the drivers is from lifting it into the corner. Here's the far chase cam, what you would see in, what is that game called? NASCAR Heat?
NASCAR Heat, yes, sir.
You see in that 51, how the 51 enters later into the corner, gets himself on a low-line exit behind. He's keeping very good pace with the 48 right now. The 88 drives in the same line as the 48, and you got to be thinking that race line is starting to buckle as you see the 51 of Jason Day there. Gets himself a better drive line off. Look how low he's going to be able to exit here. He is doing what he can to just stay out of the back bump of the 48.
You see him there in the corner. He's able to all but edge the apron on that yellow line. He's at the very bottom. You can see Alul was sliding up a little bit up the track, and that's going to start to wear your tires. It's going to slow you down. You're cranking the wheel more. So it looks like the Day's got a great line, able to manage his car.
Top 5 all doing so. Nick Casey getting a little free right there. How many drivers are going to come in and take fuel only on this next on this stage? Because they're going to be able to run quite a bit. Stage is going to end, but we're not going to stop the race for the stage. We're going to keep rolling green. Where does kind of the fuel end here? I mean, 3/4 of a length track. They can run the 80 laps. If it runs green, they can run the 80 laps they need.
Well, Jason, it's got to do a little bit of math here, but if I was them, I'd take tires, considering we wouldn't stop for the stage. Tires would be my go-to, and I don't think we think someone spun. There's a bit of smoke off it too.
Ed Perry, I think Ed Perry jumped to pit road there, or he came to pit road. So 10 is very slow. He's going to let the leaders go by here. He's going to let at least 5 of the leaders go by. 86 carries into the corner. Nick Casey falling back 1.5 seconds here as he pushed it kind of hard and now is starting to show the pace that he was keeping earlier.
Everybody doing very good on that top 4. Casey dropping back a little bit, maybe pushed a little too hard trying to catch him. Back to your point, though, of getting fuel, they can run roughly about 100 laps on left on this tank of gas. If they make it all the way, tires is definitely a must.
At a certain point, can they make it a 1 or 2 stop race? That would be interesting. Could you imagine?
I know Stracker's done it at Darlington before with John coaching him playing crew chief. He was all but putting around very slow, but he made it on the last tank of gas. We got a yellow.
Caution comes out, 36 laps in. Second one of the race. As they start to dig. All right, folks, caution. Isaac Balsamo was letting some drivers go by. It looked like he might have hooked the bottom line here. Sometimes it's better to run your race line. Yep, spins it out sideways. Sometimes it's just better to run the race line than get yourself to run just the bottom, because if you just run the bottom, you find yourself having bigger issues. Jason Day, Nick Casey coming to pit road. Maybe deciding that they're going to run a 2 pit stop strategy. Maybe take some tires, maybe take some fuel. We'll see what they do. 48 stays out. So does the 88 of Michael Strickland, Nathan Biggert, Cam Dario, Michael Caffrey. Your top 5. All right, hydrate break, folks, before the race gets back going. I will be right back in 2 shakes. All right. 48, 88 lights are going to be out for the pace car this time. Bye. Go back to green flag racing, I think. We're going to ride along with one of these drivers back here in the back because I want to take advantage of these new looks here and what iRacing looks like right now, because dang oh dang does it look phenomenal. Chat's out there. Isaac says, sorry, I'm a little sick, can't hold on. That's all right, my man. It happens. It happens. Feel better, of course. Take a look here. Look at that. Doesn't that look that just looks all beautiful? I don't know.
Phenomenal. Good, great shot.
Even the textures on the inside of the car look better. Whatever they did, I don't know what happened. I don't know if my hard work finally paid off and they gave me a better quality stream. I don't know. It's looking great. Green flag waves on board with Brian Rayburn here. What in the back of that car? We're going to find out. How's my drinking? Oh, man. 42,200. About half a dozen drivers came in, took tires. A couple of more came in, took fuel only. Trying to get some track position out of this as they continue to work. Beige win worth all that much more. Right now, the 48 digging. 48, 88, 19. Woo! 19 to Nathan Biggert. Almost to the back of the 88 of Stryker there.
A big thing I'm hearing here, eavesdropping into the driver's channels, is the Alul's breaking way very early to make that corner. Just his driving style. So the cars behind him's got to be a little careful, according to Stryker.
So his driving style is starting to dictate the race pace behind everybody, which, I mean, if you're the leader and you're trying to be able to defend, if he breaks early into the corner, it means he's trying to save some tire, trying to save some pace here, maybe save a set of tires for the end. Fastest lap for Cam Dario this night. Whoa, 49, and he almost, whoa.
They're still banging doors off the corner, still 3 wide into 3. Mods backs out wisely.
73, 76 side by side. Drivers digging for position here before the end of this one. Holy cow.
Very brave for the 73 of Burke. He said, why not? Took it outside in turn 2 and came away with 2 spots.
Jason Day trying to work his way back to the front. 47 of 200 coming at you here. As we love to see success in the racetrack, and Cam Dario here is going to have the drive line off. Newer tires going to be able to play a factor here. You know, 40 lap old tires, 47 lap old tires for some of these drivers. I mean, it does bode some dividend. Even if you are braking, you're definitely trying to change the outcome of a race. And right now, Cam Dario looking to do just that. He is all the way to second since he came in and took tires. He was kind of sixth before he was sixth before when he came in. So now takes over the lead, and just like that, this is a different kind of race.
That's the power of new tires. Day in the 51, one of those drivers who also took 4 tires, still mired in the back, maybe being patient, maybe having trouble, but I think tires was the way to go for this last yellow. We'll see if we get this green flag run to go long and what Cam can do with it.
Jason Day also getting some damage repaired as well, so maybe some right side he wanted to take care of right in front of him. Ooh, some issues. Not trying to have any issues. 77 free up corner. White flag lap for the stage here as they continue to work around. Again, we're not stopping for the stage, but it will be a factor as the 77 works around. There is your top 10 coming up here. Cam Dario, Nathan Alul, Stryker. Cam Dario wins stage 1. Nathan Alul, Stryker, Michael Strickland, top 3. Biggert, Burke swapping spots there, but Biggert was in 4th. Jeremiah Burke in 5th. Jason Day 6th. Capri 7th. Dudley 8th. Mark Retkin 9th. Caleb Mod Zaleski is going to be 10th as they continue to work. Drivers really, really trying to hold their patience here as they dig into the corners. Cam,
the beneficiary there of those tires, he went to the front and now in control of the lead, 3 seconds ahead of the 48 in pulling.
New tires going to be a big factor right now. If he comes to pit road later, he's going to have to think about that as well.
I'm willing to bet when it's time to pit for everybody's definitely going to take tires, so it'll equal itself out. I just have to agree with Cam's call right now on the 23 machine. Tires is the way to go, and he's dictating the pace with those fresh tires.
If he can hold on to it and this thing does run green to the end, of course, that's a big if it can run to the end. The race pace later on will be a little bit more evened out, but one thing that I would say is that eventually we'll start to see if this was riddled with cautions and tire saving is going to be bigger. Right now, Cam Dario just trying to make sure that his race pace is far outreaching the drivers behind him. Jeremiah Burke in second has Jason Day to the inside. Day giving himself a good run. Jeremiah Burke came in and took tires as well. Found himself up a few more spots. He's going to be in third. He's doing a dang old bang-up job right now following Jason Day. Right now, Toyota out front, Chevy, Ford pulling all the ground that they need. Here's your static cams for a moment. Saw it coming. Sorry. Oh, that's a good little segment we were trying to have there. Mark Redkin going around there on that caution. Here's a look at what happened. 77 to Caffrey giving a little bit. I think there's a checkup coming up into that corner. Kind of want to watch that from Caffrey's point of view. Do the 49 to 76, run a different lines here. Let's go to Michael Caffrey here. This is on corner exit of 2, drives down to the bottom, has a great line here, has a great run as well, and then 76 out of the throttle early. 77 was there. Well, I'm back up.
Yeah, I don't know if Mark was trying to check up earlier to make the corner, or if he thought he needed to, but nothing malicious. I think Caffrey just thought he might go a little bit deeper in the corner.
Yeah.
But a good save.
76 in. It looked like he stalled there for a moment. And this is what I mean right here, folks. If you watch it from the 77's point of view, now right now he's trying to keep off of the wall, keep himself a little corner entry. Watch that he gets that run on the 76. 70, that was almost an, I don't know if that was a downshift. We're going to go into Redkin's point of view here.
It looks like he just let off the gas and didn't brake, but maybe anticipation for Dudley in front of him.
Really let out of the gas. You see the difference in how Dudley pulled away there. I don't know. Nathan Alul in for tires and fuel. Cam Dario goes ahead and decides to come in as well, 62 of 200. Nathan Alul reassumed the lead here as Strickland will take over second. Nathan Biggert comes in as well. Robert Dudley taking over fourth. Sure, Caffrey will receive an EOL out of that one. intentional or
77
not.
Yes, the 77 did take the claim for that one. Nothing intentional, but it's just, as you mentioned, part of the rule. It's all good. Nobody got wrecked, so we'll go back to racing here in a bit.
Pointer, what's going on, my man? KPTV 75, Pointer's Motor Supplies, Motorsports, whatever you want to call them. Are you still streaming? Seeing less and less of your notifications, and I always like it in your stream. I don't know, folks, if you are starting to notice that, but like, I don't know. Trying to make sure the quote-unquote algorithm works. You know, that if you have notifications on for people, making sure that they work. See, I do see your videos occasionally on the old Twitch Rooney, or on the YouTube Rooney. 48, 88, 19, 49, 66 will be your top 5. Nick Casey ready to go. Cam took fuel. Jason Day took fuel. Jeremiah Burke, question mark, took fuel. Culver inside the top 10. All right. We have to have a talk with Culver. I had to tell somebody a long time ago not to wear that paint scheme. I know that it's an actual brand, but I do not want that on the stream. Love you, Jerry. I do. I know that it's a brand. I do know it's a brand, but it is not appropriate for my stream. $48, 88, 19, 49, 86. Green flag. Striker to the outside of the 19. 19 is going to be digging here.
5 looking pretty good, getting single. Oh, Dudley with the big lockup trying to stay out of the car in front of them, but able to get it up. Everybody single file for the most part.
All right. Give me just a second, folks. All right. There it is. Nathan Lou out front. Refreshing some paints here. Nathan Biggart's going to be in second here. Nick Casey in third. Nathan Biggart still trying to roll that corner. Jeremiah Burke, 51 of Jason Day in tow. Day, fuel only on his... You talked about the 49, Robert Dudley, trying to stay out of
We got a
the
wreck on the
73.
front stretch.
Michael
Looks like
Caffrey.
5.
Michael Caffrey, striker involved.
Just a big old miss.
All right, we'll take a look at it here, folks. I'm getting rid of paints. La, 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 la. All right, where did this? So this happened with Retkin and Caffrey here. Let's take a look. Yoga Hall sending stars. Did your dad figured out how to send stars?
You figured it out. There you go. Dad's getting the technology. He's been very.
Ooh, sorry. I like it. I think Jerry was free on that one. He rode way up high there.
He got a little slideways and just clipped. I think Caleb was next to him.
Yeah. Oof. Well, I mean, the perk of it is that even though it's a short track, these cars can take a beating, so he'll be on getting his stuff taken care of. I'm sorry I had to get rid of his paint scheme, though. Folks, that four-letter word that starts with an S, Coolers, is an actual brand. It is, and trust me, it's a funny. It's a funny acronym. It's funny. It is. However, I really try my hardest to keep the entertainment here for the streams very family friendly. Even whenever I'm playing the games personally with folks, I try to keep my language as clean as possible because I want everybody to be able to enjoy the streams. And to have something that up front is just it's personally something that I've tried to make sure that we tell the leagues that I don't want. No profanity, no nudity, no nothing drug related. If you're gonna run throwback paint schemes with brands on there that aren't allowed anymore, then I get it, I understand, but just remember that nothing I do is personal. It's all for the content, and it's all for the safety of the streams, the safety of all the people out there, and ultimately, I know they pay me for it, but I still have to provide a quality product, and that's what I want to do. But 48, 19, 86, 49, 23, 98. Thank you for the 500 stars out there. Go to the Iowa People Money Fund. Mr. Joe Gerhalt. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. 5-minute repair mod. Oh, that's not so bad. He's going to get it repaired.
That does feel like a lifetime at Richmond.
All right. 24 laps away. Cam Dario won stage 1. Now, Retkin and Stryker came into pit road. They both came in and took fuel this last time by. Maybe Stryker's trying to make it on fuel. What do you think?
Well, he did have a big slide out of third place earlier. Maybe just trying to hang around and miss the wrecks that are happening.
Possibilities are endless. Little lap about to happen. Biggert on the outside, way outside.
Oh, big 48. Biggert caught sleeping, loses second to Casey, who grabs second and loses third now.
Nathan Biggert there. I kind of have to go back to the restart here. Was about 900 miles in front of the 48. 48 checks back up to the 86. 19 to maintain race pace here. And so, wow. I don't know. He's back to second now.
Well, I tell you, a big block to Case. Case didn't really like it, and he gave him a shot into 3 and 4 a couple laps ago. It ended up 3 wide. He let a couple cars go, just got it back up.
Don't make any enemies. Nathan Biggert 4/10 of a second lead. Cam Dario going to work here. Nick Casey back in fourth, trying to get to the outside of the 49, trying to clear here. Second place. Definitely a car here that has the chance to make things work. Is the 23 of Cam Dario. It's going to find some outside line race pace. 86 runs way up the race line here. Exits second. He's in fourth gear, driving around this thing like he owns it. Holy cow! Casey really digging back. Nathan Biggert in tow of the 48.
Nick Casey gathering his car back up. He's driving very hard all over the track, as you mentioned, as we got a battle for fourth right now for 49 underneath Cam Dario, and Day's looking at both of them.
Jason Day trying to make it work, trying to make it wait. 51, 49, 23. 23 holds on, has the 51 below him. Cam maybe just trying to save here. He did kind of run heavy to get himself a big giant lead, but right now he's digging. Maj comes back in to pit lane here as the Chop Shop Racing Fanatic continues to go. 48 as the 19 behind. I know Nathan had he had a good qualifying lap. His best lap 22.69 does top the field at the moment, but I don't know that he's the fastest into the corner for the long haul. Not necessarily, at least. Nick Casey trying to get himself back into the striking distance, and right now over the last few laps, if I take a look at the last 5 lap times, the top 2 are kind of pulling away from Nick Casey, but Casey pulls a 10th and a half here on that last lap.
It's something we saw earlier in the race. Casey started running them, the leaders down, the top 4. He was able to catch them, but then started falling off a bit. So maybe something the same, maybe just laying back a little bit now. We'll see what they do here. It's the field starting to single out. I got to say we'll have a good long green run now.
48 out front. As the 19 there, Nick Casey right behind in tow, pulling away from Dudley just a little bits at a time. Dudley following his line here, able to pull away from Jason Day behind him. Day was going around some traffic here. Robert's catching a little bits at a time. So is Stryker here, as Strickland looks to try to extend himself over the 98. 98 drops into the corner. 2 Canadians, 5th and 6th right now, battling it out for that top 5 spot. Robert following the line of the 51 in front of him. 88 trying to make it work.
Stryker underneath the 98. 98 a little bit up high there. The 88 should get a run off. Real tight racing off the corner. Stryker's got the advantage right now to drop in. Might slide up just a bit. The 98 looks like Robert gave it to the 88.
Sometimes it's easier to just give the position instead of fight the position. Nick Casey finding his fast laps right now, about a 10th faster each lap than the 2 drivers in front of him. Nathan Alul trying to control the race pace. Nick Casey, he's back in tow. Jared's sick also. Yeah, everybody's sick. It's awful. Let's go, says the ballistic one.
You got a point with Roberts there. He definitely gave it to him and didn't want to fight with the 88. He knew he was faster. Now's not the time. It was still pretty early in the race. Let him go. We can reel him back in here later on. But the 98 still all over the 51 at the moment. We could see a good battle brewing there.
Jason Day, Chris Roberts, 2 Canadians. Chris, probably one of the most fantastic people we've ever been able to be a part of and be associated with. So it's good to see him out there running well. Looking for a top 5 night, top 5 consistent race lines. That's what he needs. Nick Casey's car tightening up right now. So we look at the nose cam. Watch him get into the corner here. This is right where that bottom splitter, in the middle of the bottom splitter, is going to be in. See the downshift for Nick Casey as he gets around the corner. Biggert has the better line right now than the 2 drivers, 1 and 1st and 3rd. Dudley playing catch up as well. Stryker from the back to the front finds himself in 5th.
Stryker's on the move, sees Dudley in his sights and closing. You mentioned Biggert and Casey. Biggert definitely able to ride the yellow line a lot better on the longer runs, being very consistent, patient behind the 48. Top three just being very smooth right now.
Ryan Rayburn up 9, not your biggest mover of the race, but trying to compete with that. We have 2 drivers more than double digits up as Brian Rayburn looks to track him down. Nick Casey passing Nathan Biggert here for second. Now goes to work to try to get himself up to Alul. Find these drivers about 7/10 of a second off the race pace at the moment. Nick Casey trying not to race anybody any way he doesn't know, but Nick got a great runoff was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? I gotta look at iRacing. Be right back. Well, not right back. I'm still here, but you know what I mean. Last week, yeah, Nick Casey. I was going to say Nick Casey got the win last week. Biggert got the win at Daytona. Nathan Alul won at Auto Club and Las Vegas. Cam Dario won at New Hampshire, which is a short track. So a chance for these short track specialists to get themselves out there. Nick Casey, very fast everywhere he goes. Last week at the 1.5 mile track, he put on a clinic at the end. He had a good fight going on. He had to defend at the end. Probably one of the more exciting finishes that you would see, having to block his way for a win. Nathan talking about how he did not want to get into the back of him because he's just not that driver. But I mean, at the end of that race, I'd at least given him a bump.
Definitely, we mentioned it last week. I'm a more aggressive driver. I'll race you how you do me. We race clean, we race dirty, whatever it is. I'll probably spin it in the corner constantly. But we see the flip side here. The Casey chasing down the 48, still about half race to go. We'll see what happens. Right now, Striker's all over the 49. His inside off of turn 4. He's getting a great drive on the front stretch. Good hard drive into 1. And able to keep it down there, makes the pass.
88 and 4th. Joe says it wasn't a cell phone or high-tech stuff. What are you was doing? Well, I know. I grew up in the technological age. I'm old enough that when cell phones came out, I was 16. When flip phones, cell phones came out, I was 16. I still remember the bag phones.
I'm pretty sure Dad still has that gray age brick with the long antenna in his.
Yep. Yep. From Night at the Roxbury, most people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Jonathan Parsons goes to another lap down here. He's going to find himself something like 9 laps down. He's going to be doing it. We'll keep this on the top 20 here. So you can see the drivers still in. I know that Staffen did not start the race. We had a couple of drivers not start the race tonight. Folks, make sure you're hydrating out there. You don't need to get sick. 76 of Mark Retkin is going to be a lap down. He would be your lucky dog in the case of a caution. Oh, I missed the stage. I'm so sorry about that. Nathan Alul is your stage 2 winner. I forgot to do the clip. Hold on. I got to do it right now because nothing's changed. There it is. Woo! Boy, vague. So it was Nathan Alul, Nick Casey, Nathan Biggert, Michael Strickland, Robert Dudley were your top 5. Roberge, Rayburn, Jason Day, Cam Dario, Jeremiah Burke were your top 10 for stage 2. So that is how that goes. Stages are done. No más.
Striker gunning for third now, getting around Biggert. Biggert's still fighting back on the outside, but I believe Striker's he's gonna clear him off of 2. Great line off the corner, setting the sights for second place now. Definitely on the move.
I think he saved. I mean, he came in and took fuel, but he hasn't really been running. He's just been making the passes. Hasn't been really running all that much as far as being harder on the tires.
It does
50
look
lowest
like-
stars. Go ahead. I mean, his lap times are 0.3 of a second faster. Your dad said 50 more stars. That was just, goes to the IO People Money Fund.
Every bit counts, right?
Yep. That's 50 cents. I wish you could buy me a soda. Remember those days? Yeah. A quarter?
I don't think I ever had the ability to buy a Coke for 50 cents.
Oh, it used to be a quarter. RC used to be a quarter, and then Coca-Cola was 35 cents, and then it went to 50 cents for a long time. Remember the 10-cent soda bottles? Yeah. I'm not old. I'm old enough to know. Nick Casey cooled the tires off a little bit. He's back in tow. He was about a second off the race pace. Nathan O'Neill, he's being tracked down right now.
Top three right now. Striker closing into second place. I gotta say he's gonna get him. Whether I don't think he took, like you mentioned, saved his hit real smooth, but he's burning off right now. Definitely clinging to Nicholas Casey. We'll see if how easy he can get by him.
Joe, what was the price of gas whenever you were when you started driving? I know how much it was when I started driving. It was 73 cents a gallon. And then when I turned 18, it got above $1, and everybody freaked out. Striker in tow. And on his race pace here, 88 dimes into the corner. He's a little harder into the corner. He's trying to be. Chris Rivere's up 12. Nick Casey's still up 14. Man, oh man.
This is the closest battle you have on the track right now, the second and third spot. Striker starting, I can see him getting a little free off the corners now. The right rear starting to wear on him, but still pushing hard. It's all over the 19, just showing him he's there, being patient with the pass. You know he can get him, so not rushing anything. But definitely what he's got.
88 driving more into the corner. 53 there.
86. It might be very wide off the...
No, I think the 86 is going to let Striker have this corner. It was like 50-something? Yeah. Oh, look at him go back at it.
I was looking in on inside. I think the 53 just helped Striker. He used the pick, let around Casey. I don't know if he wanted to let him by, but that's what shook out. Striker now setting his sights for first spot.
Jeremiah Burke to pit road here. First of the takers, maybe some early takers for fuel. That might be an option for some of these drivers.
Awkward entry here, trying to get around the lapped car of Parsons.
Let's slow down to a half second here. Whoa. 86, a little bit free back here behind Striker. Now the top three digging back in. Right now the 19 closing back in some distance as well. Robert Dudley, 7 seconds off the leader's pace. 7.1 seconds, as you can see on the relative there. He tries to close back in, getting into turn one. Robert's up to 6. He's going to be up 12. So he is bidding for the biggest mover of the race. Can do it as well.
I think Robert has probably won that award more times than anybody else, and for good reason. We mentioned earlier, he's always finding his way to the top of the leaderboard. It's just a matter of time before he gets a win, in my opinion.
He has won in the past. He won. There was I can't remember which one of these series he won in. He won in Chop Shop. I know that he did. Lisa giving us a like. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Lisa Davis out there. Much love to you. Yeah. So yes, starting Monday. Forgive me, folks. I'm eating Flamin' Hot peanuts because they're awesome. If you have not had them, I recommend them. You just have to like spicy stuff. Remember, starting Monday during the day, you're going to be able to catch me live on Twitch.tv/Signature Esports. where we work on a video game. We are going to develop a first-person survival. It's a first-person survival PvE PvP video game where the economy is completely driven by the actions of players. It is designed to be multiplayer. We'll see if that's going to work. 22 digging back here. It's Robert Church. He's going to lap down. It's taken quite a while to naturally lap a couple of these drivers.
Yeah, it's just the way they're them off of corner exit or on corner entry. The corners are very awkward, but it might get a little weird here. Bert just took tires. So he's trying to get by everybody.
Just want to work on the dig here. Tell Joseph about your 1974 El Camino in the garage. You've had it for 35 years and you love the El Camino. Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, that's the car. That's my car now.
So my first car was a 1983 Pontiac Grand Prix, but instead of having, the traditional 306 in there, I had a 454 D block from a 72 SS. And that was my very first car. My dad said if you can't build a car, you can't drive a car, and so that's what we built together. That was a good lasting memory with my dad. It's very easy to go multiple laps down. Jeremiah Burke went 2 laps down during his pit stop there. Now finds himself a lap down, trying to play catch up.
He's definitely getting by everybody quicker. I gotta say, around now is the time to pit, especially if those lap cars get by the leader in and unlap themselves. They're in danger because you're going so slow. But when these leaders do pit, they'll get it back on the back end. We'll see how it shapes out. It's a lot of different strategies going around. See who comes out on top.
Jeremiah Burke about 1.5 seconds faster at the moment. 24-21. Jeremiah Burke ran a 22.90, so a second and some change. Jason Day coming up pit road. He's going to be one of those takers early.
Looks like the 88 stalled out a bit here, trying to get to the 48 of a lull. Just the perks of being in front, you can dictate the pace, not have to go as hard. He's being very methodical, very keen, and it's just working out for him. But we got a battle for third. Biggert is all over Casey, trying to get by him.
Nathan Biggert trying to take his time, gets himself around. TSR on the side here as they look to dig. I don't know how I didn't notice Jerry Culver's paint scheme before. Probably would have given him time to put a different one on. I feel bad. Maybe a little. 75 to go this time by. Nathan a little out front. Richmond being quite the extra racetrack today. Only a couple of cautions. Stage is working out in the favor. I like these long green flag runs because it allows drivers to figure out how they're going to race the drivers in front of them. 4 Parsons, 10 laps down. Looking to try to hold on here. Does not have the speed. 48 off the race line. It's going to have to run very deep down to the bottom.
Able to get around there. First laps there, experience, doing good, doing what he needs to do. Not wrong. 48 still dictating now, though.
1,000 stars. That's $10. I appreciate you, Joe. I like that your dad figured out how to send stars. Now, don't go broke. It's easy. I do it. I'll get into somebody's stream and I'll just start sending a whole bunch of stars and forget that I have a budget.
Matt Bigger just about locked it up, trying to stay off Casey while they're getting by the 4 car. Good job by him. Long tire streak there in turn 3.
51 on the inside. New tires coming. Jason Day 2 laps down. I guess that's the cycle here. About 2 laps to overcome if you're going to decide to come in a little earlier. Nathan Lewell came out on lap 60. Stryker came out on 72. I think Stryker was able to utilize a lot of that speed to get himself around that racetrack, having 12-lap fresher tires, and now everything's kind of evened out. He's still faster than Nathan Lewell, but I think he's just playing devil's advocate at the moment, just trying to be cautious. Brian Rayburn goes a lap down naturally here. 74, driving to the Gravedigger Monster Jam paint scheme. Robert Church leaving pit road as well. So green flag pit stops happening here for these drivers. 22 coming off. Actually, he's got some right side damage. I think he had an issue. Back here.
I believe he scraped the wall a time or two during the race as well.
Well, he's very slow. This is the front straightaway here. This was just lap 129. Yeah, he hit the wall out of 2, arced himself, and just, I don't know, kind of drove himself down a little bit there. So he's going to take his time here. Robert's 17.4. The time that he is trying to play catch up with Robert Dudley in the 49 in 5th here. Now, Roberts has an opportunity here. He can, he's got about 6 seconds to play with here when it comes to his race line. I do believe that he might have to sort of find that extra time. Trying to work himself with the 49. Robert Dudley, 17.5 seconds back. Cam Dario, fastest lap of the race at 22.68. He came at a 125. He's playing give me my lap back as well.
We're seeing a lot of cars starting to pit now. Looking at these times and where the drivers are, we saw Burke was one of the first ones to pit. He's kind of about stalled out. He's still faster than the leaders, about half a track down right now, and he's still got to go around again to get the top spot. So looks like it's shaping out from what I can tell to stay out as long as possible. Maybe pit with the leader if you can a lap before. But I don't know how it's going right now. We're up a little bit all over the place at the moment.
I like race pace and I like strategy. Nathan Alul is forcing everybody else to unlap themselves right now, and the problem is that he would only be technically a lap down if he came to pit road right about now. If I'm looking at how the times would work, a lap and a half, he decided to come to pit road. Now, if he comes to pit road, that's a whole different ball of wax. Because then you're going to see the top 5 coming to pit road with him, top 6 come to pit road with him. Roberts might stay out. Roberts makes the top 5 now. He is your biggest mover of the race. Has the 23 going around him here. Cam Dario, right now, 20 seconds away from getting another lap back. If he can run the race pace, it's a different look.
Oh. Absolutely. When the 48 pits, I would definitely maybe one more lap, but I would come in very quickly.
He's got an extra lap to play with. He does. Just one, though. Man. Jeremiah Burke's last lap, 1.2 seconds faster than Nathan Alul. Jason Day a full 2 seconds faster, or pretty close to it, 1.8. Cam Dario 1.8 as well. About 24.38, so Nathan Alul steps in it a little bit this last time by. It was a 24.8 before that.
We're starting to close in on the leader now. Burke, Day, I just can't see it shaping up for them, though, when the 48 pits. He's going to have the freshest tires, and it's going to be the flip side. I believe the call would, in my opinion, would be to stay out as long as you can or pit with the leader.
Well, if they can get, Jeremiah Burke gets it, when Jeremiah Burke gets it, because it's not, when Jeremiah Burke gets around Nathan Alul right now. I mean, he is closing in on 6th place of Robert Dudley very quickly. Modge coming in. Church is still on pit road. Parsons is on pit road. You're going to see there's Stryker. He's passing Stryker for 4th. In for Dudley coming to pit road now. 73 coming around.
Spinning.
Yeah, Nathan Alul coming around. Knows that these drivers are here with 47 laps to go. Nick Casey's going to be your race leader here. Casey, Nathan Biggert going to be able to make this work. Nick Casey had to do a lot of battling towards the first portion of this race line. So I'm going around. I'm putting Alul a lap down. Biggert's going to. Seeing new tires, seeing drivers get in here, trying to make their own situation happen. That's what I'm doing. Jason Day, Cam Dario, Nathan Alul coming off pit road behind the 49 of Robert Dudley. He's going to be a lap down, trying to track down some of these other drivers. Jason Day in 6th here, going to 5th as Nick Casey comes to pit road. Nathan Biggert still out there. Line Stryker in 2nd. Chris Roberge in 3rd. Roberge will be looking at pit road any moment. But something about Chris Roberge, he likes to come to pit road alone. I've watched him do that time and time again.
Could be a personal thing or just strategy, how it falls. Just trying to not get into pit road incidents. I've been there. I've been turned on pit road. I've turned people on pit road by mistake. Just try not to get into anything or, maybe it's just a strategy how he gets. But I'm looking at a Lowell. He's only a lap down to Nathan Biggert, who's right in front of him. So he's going to get it back fairly quickly. And those guys still have to pit. So it looks like this is still a Lowell's race from what we're seeing.
53 to go. This is that weird lap that seems to last forever. Because the lead has changed. They've had to run that extra lap around. Fast lap for Nathan Alul this time, 22.52. And now it's trying to put on the gas here. I don't think that he needs to run as hard as he is.
Oh no, I just be what he's been doing all race. Be smooth, consistent, check up early, do your line. Everybody's chasing you. The guys, Stryker, I think the 19, Bigger, they still got to pit. So the Alul's going to get them back. No need to burn them off there. Save them a bit when you really need it, if you need it.
23 to the inside, 23 behind the 48. Cam Dario came in at 125. Nathan Alul, the fastest tires out there right now. So he gets around drivers who came in and had that early pit stop. Who has saved a set? That's what I want to know. Who's got the extra set? Everybody should still have that extra set.
Well, a late race caution would change the whole dynamic of the race. A lot of people would be stuck a lap down. It would just be chaos.
Brian Rayburn trying to work on his craft. Came at a 132. Roberge just left pit road. He took tires and fuel. Retkin came in at 126. Finds himself in 9th. Nick Casey came in, had to serve a penalty. He's in 11th right now.
Like he got a speeding penalty is what it was for.
Well, that was on lap 143. Is the 49 going around? Nathan Biggert, your race leader. Stryker pulls within a second of him. 98 of Chris Roberge, who is 2 laps down. Trying to get himself another lap here. Gonna have some work to do though, because this is Stryker. 22, that was a 22. Robert Church up under the wall there. Stryker wasn't clear. 22 was still there.
I believe Church has pressure tires in the 88. He's just trying to get around these slower cars. Being very, very careful and patient as they're side by side right now.
88 tried to clear up where the 22 was, and now 22 with right side damage. Not that bad, though, but he did smack the wall. He got out of the brakes. Or got out of the gas. He was in the brakes. Got out of the gas to be able to make that work. Nathan Alul pulling away from Jason Day. 3.5 seconds here.
Striker complaining loud on the radio. His tires are just gone, but they've made their bed. The 88 and the 19. I believe they're saying they can make it. I don't know if they'll keep the spots they're in as a little tracking them down.
No. He's catching them. Striker just ran a 25-second lap. Nathan Alul, 23-22.
Oh,
they're not a chance. There's not a snowball's chance.
They need a yellow. I think that they're trying to get. I don't think they'll get it, though.
No. Everybody's running too well right now. No way. Striker's watching the stream. Oh! Never mind. I was wrong.
We cursed it.
Don't pit. Don't pit. Do not pit. Drive straight through. Do not pit. You'll get a black flag. iRacing will throw it. Not
as long as you made it into pit before it closed.
No. I promise you, I've watched it time and time again. Yeah. Because now, if he has a black flag right now, it can be cleared. Then he can come to pit road, and it'll be good.
Let me see. Something with 22 I'm hearing. Yeah, big mess in the front stretch. 22 and looks like big.
Here's what happened, folks. Oh, 19 up into the 22.
That was our then leader. Bigger trying to stay out.
One more time.
Just come a natural line across the 22's nose.
Here's the 22. 22 runs the outside. New tires here. 22's there. Yep. And the 22 got out of the gas to try not to do that. You could just hear it. Cam, your race leader. Joe's got to call a race because my mom called. Be right back.
Couple drivers now taking their pit off the 88, taking tires, 76, 73. A couple drivers taking their time there to see if they can use fresh tires. A good majority of the field is a lap down from 9th back. 8th to 1st is on the lead lap. Let's see what they can do here on this run to the end. See the 23 pitting, 86 pitting. Also looking for tires there. Well, we see a couple cars in front, behind the pace car, the 53, the 4, the 98. They'll all get the way around here on one to green. So right now, the 48 is your leader. He'll dictate the race pace once again. It's been leading all night, very methodical. We got about 40 laps to go. We'll be at 39 when the race goes green. See if anybody here in the front row is 51. the 1973 has got anything for Nathan O'Lowell. I believe the 48 got the oldest set of tires right now. We'll see how it shakes up. Green flag. It gets a through jump. 51 hanging right on right rear. Still there, little for Dave. 48 clears them. Good line off 2. 51 follows behind him. Striker now under the 73 of Bird. Little bobble for Day. It's getting a little dicey here. Five now, a bit single file, but laps winding down. We're hitting 37 laps to go at the line. Looks like Dave's got a better car than the 48 right now. I gotta say it's fresher tires. He's looking on his outside. Just try to stay off the wall. And Burt very loose off of 2, gathers it back up. Settles back in 6th position. Back up front, Days to the inside of the 40, able to clear him going into 3, makes it look good. Now Bigger is all over the 48. These guys got fresher tires. I don't think Lowell will be able to hold them off, but they got to get around the 48 pretty quicker. Days gonna pull away. A little loose now. Striker looking inside the 19. Side by side off of 4. It looks like the 19's gonna look to give it up here in the corner. Very smooth. 88's clear up by. Great pass for Striker, looking to get by Lowell. Striker's very good to the driver, so what he does with it here. He can go all the way through back to the field. Jason Day can lead the 48 of a Lowell now. Try to get moving. Still single file between 3 and 4.
The mom called. An answer for the mom. Hey, she keeps calling on Friday nights. It's because, she has questions. Striker closing in the pace here. See, Jason, you were talking about tires. What's crazy is that Nathan O'Lowell, I think he might have just taken right side tires, is trying to keep the pace, but there's drivers behind him trying not to run him over right now. Striker, one of those, the 19 was doing that. We watched Jason Day do it for a moment there. Just how hard is it to not put the bumper to somebody? 30 laps to go. Nathan O'Lowell is going to be a little bit slower. Jeremiah Burke in the 73 runs his fastest laps just a short while ago. Mark Redkin, he's running his fast laps right now too.
Able to clear the 48, the 19 right on his quarter panel now. They're being very, very aggressive, but very patient also, but the laps are winding down. I don't know how patient they can get. The 48's definitely holding them up. Striker's sitting at first place right now.
Strickland here in the 88. Working on his craft. Good to see everybody out there. Thank you to everybody tuning in. I appreciate you. My Three Sons Cup Series here for the Chop Shop Racing Series. Ricky giving us a like out there earlier. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. You're going to sell your El Camino.
Oh, no. No, that's not allowed.
Not allowed to sell the El Camino.
Oh, that's the family heirloom right there.
Nathan Biggert trying to get himself inside the top three, has his hands working that wheel. Jason Day trying to deliver a win here. Stryker had closed in about 2/10 of a second lead.
Oh, there's a tap there. Bigger got into Lul, and Lul's way up the track off of 4.
Three wide. Lul saves it. They get dicey. The 19 tried to put a bump and run on the 48. Oh, I gotta go back and look at it. Hold on. Here it is. Hold on. I do think. Hold on. We gotta see how it's set up here. 19 trying to be patient here. Bar chase real quick. Goes to the inside. And the 48. I mean, the 19 was there. 19 trying to give the spot back. 86 is there. Now they're just duking it out. That's a whole bad situation for everybody.
He just had his the right foot fender ever so slightly on the left rear of the 48, and once you're there, you're there. Especially when you're a little, the race is winding down. The 48's a little bit slower than everybody. It's time to go. You got to push it. Sucks for the 48, but all good for everybody.
Nick Casey's a lap down. He is just trying to keep himself in contention here and get himself in that lucky dog position, who is right in front of the 23 in 6th. Casey 2 laps down, trying to work himself around. Sorry, I thought he was only a lap down. And Casey he had to serve that penalty, and that's what really put it where it is.
Here at the 19, he's I don't know if he's a little frustrated with the Casey getting around him. He looks a little squirmy, a little bobbly in the corners, maybe looking to get way around him. But the top 2 have pulled away from 3rd place right now. Stryker is getting ever so closer to the 51.
Jeremiah Burke closing in his distance as well. Nathan Alul trying to have a top 5 night. Cam Dario closing in on his race pace as well. Cam just a little bit faster. The top 5 in points for Cam over Nathan Alul is a good day for him. Stryker trying to do the same thing. Jason Day, 3/10 of a second lead, closed back down to the 88. He's going to have to defend for the next 20 laps.
They're going to take away pretty quick, but I guarantee you, the driver of the 51 in that car, it's going to feel like forever. You're staring at the mirror, Stryker's poking his buzz out. Just miss your marks. You're doing fine.
Trying not to focus on where everybody is, but that is the view behind him. 88, a little free. Gives up some race line. Oh, that drive line in for Stryker. Better exit for Jason Day, though.
We see it here on these corners. Stryker dives it in, but you see him slide just a bit up track. It messes up his exit. The 51 takes it very methodically low. He's able to stay at the bottom of the track and gets a straighter line exit. So he pulls away a bit coming off. They're still relatively close, still very close race.
Nathan Alul on the 48 into the wall. 73 has to get into the brakes to stay out of him. He's going to have to drive around this one. Everybody trying to be patient. Jeremiah Burke is the driver there. So Jeremiah had an issue just a moment ago. And now Jeremiah's going to have to go back at Nathan Alul. Nathan Alul has considered himself at go time, but finds himself 3.1 back. No way of getting back. I'm surprised he took right side tires. I mean, Jason Day now starting to pull away. I think Stryker's tires have finally given out a little bit here, maybe trying to cool him back down to save a little bit. But I'm surprised Nathan didn't try to hold on to it a little bit more. 15 laps to go. Got a little bit of speed here. 2.9 and still trying to close back down. The 19 highly highly frustrated with the race line, but he's got a moment here, trying to have some clarity. Dario closes back into Burke. Burke falls way off the race pace of Alul.
Change trackers that corner here, Dave's smooth on the gas, able to put the power down. Striker does look like he's maybe overheated there. He's a little bit, he's weakly off corner. Starting to close in a bit now. Maybe the cooled off a bit, or he's able to gather the car up a little better.
He's trying to save that much more. Nathan Biggert trying to hold on to third as Nathan Alul tries to make his race line work. Right, he taps the wall a little bit there. I heard the right side kind of get into that race line. Nathan Biggert just needs a nice and easy approach. They both egg-shaped the corner. 48 has the better drive off here. It's going to be right there on the back bumper of the 19.
A little looking outside there. It's got a little bit of a nose now side by side. Just got to check up for the corner. A little sideways still on his outside.
Nathan Biggert trying to defend the race line. He's defending on the inside, and Nathan Alul's going to pass him on the outside. 19 not going to be able to defend this one. I'm surprised at the race line here. This is a little different of approach. 48's going to pass him. Nathan Biggert tried to defend the inside. There was nothing he could do about that.
That outside lane just better in the corner, able to carry the speed better. You're kind of squeezed on the inside, stuck on that yellow line. You can't swing out of the corner, so you got to be easy on the gas. A little more. The 40 able to keep him pinched down a bit and make the pass.
Nathan Alul back to third. I was kind of rooting for Biggert there. Just a little bit, even with the contact earlier and everything that was happening around him. Kind of rooting for him. Cam Dario, long run race pace is going to find P5. 9 laps, it'll be 8 laps to go this time by. Full second difference between Jason Day and Stryker. Nathan Alul in third. Nathan Biggert's going to be in fourth.
Luger now has a bunch of lap cars ahead of him. He's got to be careful. Richmond's a very track. First can be awkward passing lap cars, but he's navigating very, very well right now. He's got enough time. He's got a good gap ahead of the 88. No need to do anything rash, but he's doing very good right now.
7 to go, full second lead. Stryker's lap times. I don't know how Nathan Alul is running 0.3 of a second faster laps right now. This is kind of confusing. Driver's giving him the race pace.
Oh, Dave's sliding into the forward pit, trying to get around him.
Lap traffic being very, very much in the way. And it's not what you want as a race leader. Nathan Alul's going to be able to catch up some race time here as well.
Stryker stuck in the lap traffic, got loose off the corner. We see Casey get on him. Day just a little bit more lucky. It's a little bit more skillful around the lap cars. Now pulling away a big lead over the second place.
Jason Day from Canada giving himself Junction Cider. 5 lap to go. Mark. Big special thank you to Admin Boxx for giving you the last 25 laps. Admin Boxx at ADMINBOXX. Admin Boxx with 2X's.com. Make sure that you go out there and check them out. Check out Track Racer, of course. My3-Sons.com for sherylculver and all of that fantastic work that they're doing. Always good to see small businesses start up and try to have the best approach they can. Nathan Biggert still trying to track down Nathan Alul. Alul behind the 49. It's closed down to a 0.9 of a second difference. 3 laps to go between he and Strickland. 49 giving him the race line. You kind of wonder why the drivers are giving up that much clean race pace to some of these drivers behind them when realistically, they're making it a little bit tougher on the first place driver, which we watched happen. And now just a whole different story. 2 laps to go Stryker's going to try to hold on to a top 3 night. They need Nathan O'Loole as far as points go to be able to finish behind them. Strickland only with 1 win. Needs all the points he can get to carry forward.
Got to be smooth and steady on that lap. Don't overdrive it. Don't do nothing crazy. You know what you're doing. Got a couple more corners.
Cam Dario inside the top 5. Nathan Biggert right in front of him. Biggert trying to get around some lap traffic as well. Nathan O'Loole in that 3rd spot. Trying to hold on. Final 2 turns. Jason Day. Fast early. Strategy works. Comes out. Digs at it. He wins Richmond.
Great win for the 51. They're able to get O'Loole the fastest and a good gap over everybody else. And they started fighting for second. Very skillful around the lap cars. That's a well-earned win.
I think Jason Day was faster regardless. I just think Nathan O'Loole knew that long run race pace was going to be the big deal here. Jason is no stranger to winning. He is just I think he's been around leagues that I've called for a hot minute. Victoria, British Columbia getting a victory today at Richmond Motor Speedway here on the iRacing platform. The drivers really digging it out and putting on a great show here for the My Three Sons Cup Series here for Chop Chop Racing. AMR was your race controller out there, folks. A big special thank you to all of them. Here's a look at your race results. Jason Day with a victory here. Stryker in 2nd, Nathan O'Loole in 3rd. Nathan Biggert's going to finish 4th. Cam Dario 5th. Jeremiah Burke, Chris Roberts. There's that Roberts guy. He finishes in 7th up 11 spots. Dudley in 8th. Rayburn in 9th. Redkin in 10th. Casey, Modulesky, Church, Parsons, Jerry Culver, Michael Caffrey, Isaac Balsamo, Ed Perry of the drivers that did race today. Last 3 drivers registered but did not race: Sam Benson, Donnell Williams, Stefan Salas. Saying maybe Richmond was just a little bit too spicy for him, but hey, no big deal. Let's talk to him. 51 takes the victory here. Jason, it is always a pleasure to talk to you, man. And you get it in here. You were fast early and you were fast late. You took it home. Walk me through Richmond today.
We've unloaded off the trailer pretty good. I felt like we were pretty quick. Had a good shot. Thought we blew it by pitting really early. That was my kind of a strategy: was pit a little earlier, get some track position, and then we got a really quick caution after that. Probably after 20 laps, and I knew I couldn't come in with another set of tires. It was just too limited on tires, and we ended up going a lap down. I think Cam and Jeremiah and I were all in the same schedule. Pit strategy, and it almost cost us all, and I got lucky with a late race caution and somehow pulled it off.
I tell you what, you had some of the better lap times there. Once you got some clean air and you were able to dictate your own race pace, because that was something that I was noticing early on, is that 48 was trying to dictate everybody's race pace, and which is easy to do as the race leader, but it seemed like you drivers wanted to give more to the car and try to find that exact race line that you wanted to run.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Nathan was doing a good job controlling the pace early. I felt like I was a little quicker than him early. It's a tough place to pass, and these cars are on edge the whole time, and I didn't want to take a chance and get loose trying to pass them up high or burn stuff up. So I was content staying behind him. But like I said, I took a gamble on an early pit stop, and it almost cost me. Well,
gamble on an early pit stop that I probably would have done as well, and try to make it work. You didn't know that it was going to be coming that heavily, and it sure did, man. Joe, anything for our good friend Jason Day?
Oh, sorry, you're breaking up there. I couldn't hear
you. Joe. Can Joe hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. Hey, Jason, great run at Richmond. Great win. You ran up front a lot of the race, regardless of the lap down strategy maybe came into play, but tell me about the lap cars at the end. What were you thinking trying to around the lap traffic? It got pretty dicey there for a second.
Yeah, it did. It did. I was just trying to be patient, get by them. I knew they were racing for positions too. I just trying to keep enough gap between Stryker and myself. Just to Stryker, I think Stryker was a little better maybe on the long run, but he was pushing pretty hard to get by. I mean, I saw him get loose a couple times, so I knew his rear tires were getting a little worn out. So I pushed a little bit harder to get a good gap. But yeah, I almost got myself in trouble with the lap cars there. I probably should have backed off a little bit more and picked around them a little easier.
Well, it looked good regardless. Canada's got a proud son today. Jason, give you shout-outs. Congrats on the victory here at Richmond Speedway.
Of course, thanks you guys for the broadcast. Thanks to all the guys at Chopcut Racing. It's a fantastic league. Really enjoying these next gens. This is, I don't know how many races it is this season, so it's about pretty much how many races I've run in this car, so it's a lot of fun. Thanks to all my guys at Five Kings Motorsports and all our sponsors, MF Designs, Savage Edge Apparel, Maconi Setup Shop, The Butt Kicker, Raz Energy, BAM Racing Videos, and Junction Orchard Cider, which is on the car this week. And yeah, thanks to everybody who puts this on.
It's the man, the myth, the legend, 51, digging it, my man. We will see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, it's Jason Day. Victory here as Touch Striker finishes in P2. Trying to manage the tires fast. You were fast all race long, but it just seemed like at a certain point there was a stall when the tires just overcook, and you'd have to slow down and kind of maintain them for a little bit before you could try to make any more moves.
You're 100% correct. Track position was probably the most important here. It's so difficult to pass. It isn't like the Xfinity cars. You can throw those boys in there deep. Man, you try to throw these fat pigs in there, you're lucky. You're liable to take the entire top row with you. So it was just a battle. It was just the car was slick. It was fast. I never really got a chance to get out front where I can use my braking zones. I feel like if I would have gotten out front, I probably would have been okay. I probably would have had a better chance. But congrats to Jason, Nathan. I mean, they were the class of the field today. They're bad men like always, and we want to congratulate them. And second place finish isn't too shabby, even though I told my mom today, I'm winning for you, Mom. I'm sorry. So if you're watching, we'll get one soon enough.
Joe.
Great race you ran anyway. Second place is not to snuff at with the great run, great persistence. I asked Dave this question as well with the lap traffic. What were your thoughts trying to navigate the lap traffic? I know they got side by side for a minute. Maybe to do a shot at first. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, navigate. Like I said, track position was crucial. I mean, obviously, when I saw that lap traffic, Jason was getting into. I was hoping that they'd slow him down some, where I could get to him. But personally, I had nothing left for him at the end. I just cooked the tires, and it's real tough navigating through those lap traffic guys, because you come up on them so quick. So most of the time we're just communicating in there, and luckily, we were able to manage and get past the guys and get a good clean finish. I mean, we got some decent runs in there, so I'm proud of the guys. But it's definitely track position was the most important tonight.
We were watching some of the drivers let a few of the folks go by faster, and some of the others were making it a little bit more difficult. Either way, phenomenal race. It looked like it was a ton of fun. Striker, give you shout outs, my man. P2 finish once again.
Thank you. Appreciate everybody out there watching, especially our primary sponsor, My Three Sons. They came on board a couple races back with us. We're extremely proud to have them on board. I raced My Three Sons car today. I was hoping to put it in the victory circle, but we'll try next week. Signature Esports, the best in the business. We appreciate you helping us out today and broadcasting. Yourself and Joseph in the booth, you guys do an awesome job on Friday nights. And to all of our other sponsors, VIP Tires and Service, Track Racer, Admin Boxx, Baller Status, B&B Music, we appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do every week in, week out. And friends and family, anybody out there, we appreciate you guys checking in. And of course, Ricky, the prince. Maybe next week we'll get it, buddy.
Good race. Going to bed, she says. Sherry says she's going to bed.
I think she was feeling sick, so get better, Sherry.
Yeah, we want to make sure she does. Striker, P2, congratulations once again.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Always, that's the 88. He does a great job. It's time for the 48, though. Finishes in third, had the most laps led, won a stage. So a good night for points, but a third place finish.
Yep.
What was your choice
guys.
on taking? You took right sides only.
Yeah. I was in a hurry, you know. I was thinking, you know. And I knew that there weren't. How do you say? It was pointless to save a tire sets, you know. So I just thought it was a good compromise because I know that Striker, Jason, and the others were gonna pit for, you know, four tires. So they're gonna beat me on the restart, and that's exactly what happened. I tried to slow them down, but it wasn't enough.
They spent a lot of time. Yeah, they spent a lot of time driving your race line, and it disrupted their race flow. We watched that happen all race long. But there towards the end, you were catching them. I mean, you had enough race pace where things started leveling off. You were catching him. I was like, I don't understand how this guy is 0.3 of a second faster than race leaders. But looking back on how much you had to save, I can see it.
Well, it was all about tire savings, but also, you know, I like to lose the car up. So yeah, you know, it makes you fast on the long runs. But
right.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky to drive, but you get used to.
Looking like it was a ton of fun. Joe, your turn.
Nathan, great race again. You dominated pretty much the entire race, running up front, controlling race pace. Your car looked very stable, very smooth. Tell me about how you feel at Richmond. Is this your type of track, you think?
Yeah, I like this track, but I don't know. I think I got to work on something on short tracks. I think I didn't have you know, all figure it out. But yeah, that was a nice race. I knew from the start that I needed to, you know, control the pace so I can start slowly on the run, and later I can get you know, an advantage on tires. Yeah, it was nice.
Nathan, one thing I will say about your corner entry is that I think it's too shallow. If I'm watching everybody else who was faster or longer, your corner entry is just a little shallow. You need to go a little bit longer before you start to turn in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I saw. So
I think maybe if you you know take a line that is higher, you burn more of the tires. But yeah, I see what you mean.
Just
maybe a little too sharp.
And you just need a little bit more, and then you can really slow the corner down to have a better exit, more stable exit. A stable exit here is the key, and so setting yourself up on entry is the best. That's Richmond, at least, and it's not always the case at Dover. It's not always the case at Martinsville, but
yeah,
you know, Martinsville slow is fast in the corners. Tracks like Richmond and Kentucky, and tracks that are like that 3/4 of a mile to a mile race line. A high entrance into turn 1 sets you up for a very low entrance on turn 2, or low exit on turn 2, which allows you to straight line it to the wall. And then same concept whenever you're getting ready to exit into 3, you're more set up to have a it's basically you're setting yourself up for a diamond for turn 3 to be able to exit more consistent. That's the only thing. If I were ever to make a recommendation to a fast driver, it's make sure your turn 1 is just flawless, because you had a good 3 and 4 but one is where I saw Jason Day do it better, where I saw other drivers who were trying to beat on the back of your bumper. They were just doing that entrance. That entrance in 1 and 2 was better for them. Of course, you were controlling the pace, so you were able to say, you know what, I'll go when I go.
Yeah, actually, that was the plan. That was the plan because I take the bottom line to save tires, and maybe it's slower, but if you want to pass in Richmond, you have to really take the initiative of burning the tires off, because it's difficult to pass, I think, on this track. So yeah.
Looked like it was fun. Joe, anything else for Mr. number 48?
Just great run as always. Hope we see you in the next race.
Yeah, of course, guys. Still in this league for the full schedule, I hope.
I hope so. I mean,
yeah,
you got 2 wins. You're the points leader. Technically, we'll see. Actually, you'll still be the points leader. We'll see. Jason Day was in 15th. This will give him a win, so it'll put him up. Yeah, you'll still be the points leader. My man, give shout outs. Always a pleasure.
All right, so thank you guys. Signature Sports, Joseph, Jason, thank you for broadcasting the league. Thanks to the Chop Chop crew. Thanks to AMR for the race control. And thanks to the racers, fans, and everybody is involved. It was great. It was fun. And you make it happen. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate to be a part of this league. And thanks to my wife and my family, as always. As always.
I was getting ready. I was
I
was getting ready to say, Nathan, I was like, you're forgetting somebody. That was what I was trying not to. I was trying to interrupt you and say, don't go anywhere. You got somebody else to thank.
No. I saved the best for the last.
That's what it
That's
is.
for the best. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean.
That's what you said. No, you saved the best for last. You got it. That's what it is.
All right.
That's our American expression over here. That's actually it should be an expression everywhere. Save that best for last. You want to make sure that you give the especially the spouses. Okay, folks, the spouses. Nathan, much love, my friend. That's
right.
That's
you guys.
You too, man. That's our Frenchman. He's doing some killer stuff over in Paris. We love him. So if it sounds like he was being quiet, it's because he's trying not to wake up his wife.
Yeah.
He starts at 2:00 in the morning his time. That's what time he starts this. So
that's dedication right there, I think.
You ain't lying. Nathan Little finishes third. Jason Day out front. Joe, it's a good race.
I thought it was a great race. I love short tracks. They're my thing. Especially to win at a short track. It just shows, I think, more talent, more skill, in my opinion, than a bigger track or a plate race. In my opinion, I think it's more show of talent. Great race for the guys. We had a couple cautions there, lots of attrition, but we got through it, and we had a great finish. We thought Stryker was going to track him down, maybe brought him off a little bit, like you said, but I enjoyed it.
I thought Nathan was good. I thought Cam was going to get fourth, but Nathan finishes there. Nathan, I thought, was going to be able to hold off. Nathan Biggard, the 19. I thought he was going to hold off Nathan a little there. As aggressive as he was driving into the corners, but it didn't work out that way. I mean, it was a good race. I mean, it's Richmond. I mean, short tracks on iRacing either run really good or really bad. And today was good. It was good. It was, if I were to rate this out of a 10, it was an 8. Because they didn't give it a helicopter award. That would have made it a 9.
No one went flying or spinning. Not this time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an automatic add +1 on a race rating if I'm doing it. But you know what? The drivers looked like they were having fun. It looked like it was a battle for 200 laps. So I like to see that, and I like to see everybody have a great time doing it. But Joe, we'll see you next week. We'll see you in some races this weekend. Of course. Who's your pick for Daytona?
Any Ford driver.
Any
Ford. As long as Ford's won the duels, Ford's are leading the truck race right now. It's a Ford kind of weekend.
I think Hendrick will be wrecked out in the first 50 laps. Even though Kyle Larson's my driver, I'm rooting for Harvick, Truex, Larson this year. Now, of course, Larson's my driver. It'd be the lone Chevy there. I've got a Ford driver. I'm going to go ahead and root for Harvick. I've got a Toyota driver. I'm going to go ahead and root for Truex. But you might actually hear me root for Rowdy this year because he changed manufacturers.
I gotta agree. He looked so miserable last year at the end of especially at the end of the year, just wrecking blown engines all randomly. I'm a big fan now of who he's with. I think he's gonna kill it this year personally.
I think he's in the right spot, and I think his attitude's going to change. Of course, I still don't like his attitude at times, but I think he's a hell of a driver. And the only thing that's ever kept me from not being a Rowdy fan or being a Kyle Busch fan has been his mouth. And since he seems like he's much happier, I think that might change a little. He might still be a little cocky and it might be a little bit more, vocal in what he's got to do, but I think he might have a shot too. However, I'm looking for Larson to do some good things this year, regardless of Daytona. We're going to see what changes they made to this car this year to make it work. You know what I mean?
Hopefully they draft a little better.
yeah. I mean, we don't want to see him run up the racetrack like they did. Somebody else is a fan for Rowdy out there as well. I'd like to see Larson win, but I would be happy with Truex. I would be happy with Harvick. Of course, they're retiring this year, so it just makes it that much more important. Chris, thank you, sir. It would just be cool. I do not want to see Jimmy Johnson win a race, even though I love the fact that he's working with Petty. Perfect. Love it. Do not want to see him win the race. I think that he just needs to be there as a seat filler. If Pastrana won, that would be epic.
Oh, wow. That would make news across the globe, I think.
First time in a next generation Cup car, goes out and wins the Daytona 500. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're full time for that.
Yeah. Chase Elliott getting a shout out to. Yeah, Chase Elliott's a good driver. I just think Chase is, I don't know, he's in a funk. Hopefully he's happier this year. Bowman, Byron, they're just content. So, they're going to win their races where they're good at. Hendrick's going to have a good year. They always have a good year. I think, most of the Ford manufacturers are going to have a good year. I hope that Roush, Fenway, Keselowski, RFK has a better year.
Oh, please. Yeah. Ever since Brad moved over, they're putting on a show there. It's looking pretty good, but see if it goes better.
I mean, I thought he was going to be a great fit there, and as far as ownership goes, but ever since he switched from Penske over there, it just seemed like everything bad that could happen to a Ford has happened to him.
Yeah. Oh, and just Ford in general last year, cars catching on fire randomly just happened to be a Ford all the time.
Poor Tony.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, but they were very fast in the duels. I hope it brings good luck this season.
Poor Tony.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Stuart Haas last year. Poor guys. But, I mean, look at Amarola yesterday.
Yep.
He's going to be digging him. All right. We're going to end it, folks. Be good, be safe, and kind of one other thing for all the sponsors out there. Also, I forgot to put my sponsors up today. We got to Dark Horizon Fishing. Go check him out. Facebook.com/Dark Horizon Fishing. Make sure you hit him up for his fishing trips he's booking right now. Guided fishing trips are always awesome, especially if you can do it in the Chesapeake Bay. James River area. It's pretty killer. Thank you to Rogue Energy. Thank you to HelloFresh. Thank you to NordVPN. Please make sure you go and you check the links in the description for all of the sponsors across the Chop Shop Racing Series, and then my sponsors, of course. If you want to tip, make sure that you hit the tip panel on Twitch. Yeah, there's a tip panel there, I think. If you want to send stars, thank you very much for doing so. You folks don't have to do so. I just encourage a like, a follow, and a share. Across Facebook, you can do it on YouTube. You can also react on Twitch as well now. So it's really, really cool to be able to be who we are and grow the way we are. Try to grow a little bit more. And we are working. I am working on a video game. And I am going to work on getting it the way that I want it this time. Because, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way the direction that I pushed it, and I was doing too much. So I have simplified what I'm doing and my thought process, and I've written a lot of things down that I wanted to change. A new board, new storyboard, new look of what I want to do with it. And yeah, it's gonna be a ton of fun. You can join me on Monday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. And of course, if you live in the mountain zone, it's 7 a.m. If you live on the West Coast, of course, it's 6 a.m. To live in Hawaii, it's like 2 in the morning your time. You live in Australia, it's tomorrow. Or the next day, whatever it is. So folks, tune into that, twitch.tv/signature esports. Get over there and hang out with me. It's going to be under just chatting, so if you don't follow that group, do that. And we will work on my ideas of what we're going to do with that. If you have looked at any gameplay from, I think the game is called The Day Before or The Day After. I can't remember what it is. It's a game that's coming out that I want to play. The concept is built off of that without, well, I'm not going to call zombies in there like it's apocalyptic, but it's not necessarily zombie related. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't know. I don't know. There is going to be NPCs in the game. They actually might just be people. It might be something similar to Far Cry in the way of the way things are designed, but I want the entire central economy based off of what players do. And I want it to be a multiplayer PvE, PvP kind of game. So we're going to be working on that. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm excited for it. It is called, the name of the game is called Anarchy Day 1. As long as the trademark still stays with me, totally. It's an inside story. The game that I'm talking about, that I'm referencing in the style, well, they've had some issues with trademarks in their most recent past. But anyway, that's what my game is called, and we're going to continue working on that. But that's what we're going to be doing. We'll be back with iRacing tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, and then of course Dirt Assassins tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern, something like that. Doubleheader. It's just always a good time. But yeah, be safe, be kind to one another. Thank you to my three sons for becoming a part of the Chop Shop series. We love to hear small businesses taking an interest in these leagues and what they do. And thank you folks for being a part of Signature Esports as well. Without you, I wouldn't be here, and neither would these leagues. And you give them something to look forward to. So be good, be safe, be kind to one another. Don't wear profanity on your cars. Please. Thank you. See you later.